Hello, hello, my dear.
Hello, good morning. Good night. Excuse me.
Good evening.
Good
Yes, good evening. How are you today?
Excellent.
Excellent today?
And you?
I'm perfect. So, as you can see, no one's connected to here. Nadie más está
Okay.
conectado. Vamos a ver hasta el final de la reunión. Si nadie más se conecta, pues ya sabes que el martes cambiaría un poco el horario para ver si lo hacemos en la mañana temprano.
Okay.
So, bueno. Today, what is the activity? Today is the conversation time, no? Conversation time. So let me search for a video here. Let me search for a video here and try to speak only in English, okay? So,
Okay.
hello.
Hello.
We have, what is the name of that? Riddles. Riddles. Okay, we have the video here. So, hello, Julie. Nice to meet you. How are you?
Hello, William. I'm great. Thanks for asking. How about you?
I'm pretty good. So, uh, what is the activity today? The activity today is conversation time. So, you need to try to put improve your skills, your English skills, and try to just talk in English, speak in English. And if you don't know something, let me know. For example, hey teacher, I don't know how to say something da, 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 in English. For example, hey teacher, I don't know how to say mañana madrugamos in English. Yes. Okay.
Okay.
So let's play the video. The video is about riddles. Riddles, adivinanzas in Spanish. Okay. Let's put it
Okay.
there. Okay.
Las galletas Oreo y una película de Minecraft. We really need your help here. These riddles are to be solved as fast as possible. Look at these two people. Both
Okay. You have to solve riddles. Tienen que resolver adivinanzas. So the first one is look at these two people. There are two people
of them
here.
seem to
Yes.
be in grave danger, but only one of them is actually risking his life.
Only one of them is actually risking his life. Only one of them. Which of them is risking his life? The the man that is in the left, or maybe the man that is in the right. Or you can say the blind man, or you can say the man that is using his cell phone. And tell me why.
Well, I think that both of them are risking their lives because we're, of course, the blind one, or well, he's using like a, I don't know, how can I call that? Like el
Okay.
palito.
Yes, it's like
like
a
the I don't know, as a support for his body. I don't know, something like that. And
that
maybe he
that is
can like feel the ground, and maybe he can save his life. And the other one is like looking at his phone, so he's also like risking his life. So I think that both of them can
okay.
lose
I
their
think the name of this stick is cane. Yes,
a
that
cane.
is the tool that the blinds use to guide themselves.
Hmm.
So I think it's cane.
Cane. Okay.
And this
Thank you.
one, but I think this man is not risking his life as much as this one
Hmm.
because he's going to fail the dip or the hole here with his cane. Instead of this man because he is blind using his cell phone and he didn't notice that is a risk here, no? Okay, let's
Yeah.
see. Let's see the
Which
answers.
person is it? The gentleman with the cane is out of danger. He'll figure out that the
Okay, we have the name here, the cane of that tool. Cane. He's out of danger. He'll figure out that the
edge of the cliff is ahead with the help of his cane. As for the man engrossed in his smartphone, he might not notice the edge of the cliff and fall down.
so the man that is in risking and most risk is this man, no? Okay, next one.
While swimming near the shore, Mark has come across three young ladies. What the guy doesn't know is that only one of these women is not a mermaid. How can he understand who is who?
Okay, he wants to know or how in which way is he going to notice which of the women here is a mermaid. You know what is a mermaid? What is a mermaid?
It is yeah, I know what it is, but at this moment I forgot about it. Medusa, no Medusa, no. Sirena.
Yes, sirena in Spanish. It's a figure from the ocean, an epic figure of a woman that his body of the half body of her is like a part of the fish or something like that instead of legs, no? Okay, let's see the other one. So, you didn't answer. How will he notice who is a mermaid?
Mm,
How how will he notice who is a mermaid? Or maybe you can say who is the mermaid if you can see something strange from them.
Okay. I think no.
You don't know? I think it's like a joke here. It's like a part of joke because as you can see, you can't notice or know who is a mermaid here. No, I think it's like a joke. I know the answer, and it's like a joke. No, you don't know?
No.
yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
like difficult to know. like which one of them
I
of them.
think no, no.
But for him, it's easy to know who is the mermaid. Let's see.
Well, the answer is quite obvious. The guy should dive and check which one of the girls has legs and which two are sporting tails.
Uh-huh. As you can see, it's a joke.
Okay, true.
He just have to he just has to dive and see which of them has have legs and which of them don't have that kind of legs. Okay.
Con las irresistibles de Domino's, cualquier día es quincena. Domino's más original, 1 o 2 ingredientes. Medianas a 19.000.
Look at these two doctors attentively. Only one of them is a real vet. Which doc is it?
Okay. They are doctors, no? But only one is the real vet there. How can you notice who is the real vet there? Let's see. How can you know who is the real vet? Aide?
Well, this one is tough because I don't know. Like I was looking at the things on the um uh, like on the wall, but I don't know.
No, they are in the same space. They are in the same
Yeah,
room. Yes. As you can see here, we can see here like a kind of face, a kind of cat face.
yeah.
Here is the same, it's a vet. But how can you difference
Um,
between them? Who is the
yeah,
real
maybe
vet?
the one that is on the left, because he's using like loops.
Yes,
I don't
yes.
know, maybe because of
I
that.
think
I think
it's the
it's that one.
principal. Mhm. I think it's the principal clue here because he's using white globes, no? So let's see.
The real vet is wearing gloves. Each of
Uh-huh. Because his globes.
these three prisoners is hoping to escape one day, but one of them might do it in the near future. Which
Okay, I didn't put the subtitles, no? Lyrics.
wearing gloves? Each of these three prisoners is hoping to escape one day, but one of them might do it in the near future. Which one is it?
Okay. Which of them is gonna escape in a near future? The first one, the second one, the third one. And tell me why. Which of them is gonna escape in a near future? First, second, third. And tell
Mm,
me why.
mm, I think that maybe the third one, the one who has like I don't know, like a picture. I don't know what is that on the wall.
Like
Maybe
a
he
poster?
made, yeah, yeah. Maybe he made a I don't know, a hole on the wall and
Okay.
then he covered it up. So maybe that's one way to escape.
Okay. What do you say, Maide?
I think the two prisoners because he was smart.
Looks smart? Because maybe he's planning something. He's reading something here. And maybe that Julie said before, about the poster. Maybe he's hiding something here, like a hole. Yeah, the third person. Okay, let's see.
The guy who's peacefully reading a book must be planning an escape. Do you see that poster on the wall? It's likely covering a hole. Look at the ground right beneath it. There's some sand from drilling.
Okay, if you see here, there is some sand here, like he's carving that wall,
Mhm.
no? Before.
Yeah.
Okay, and he's planning something. Yes. Okay, next one.
Maria got lost in an enchanted castle. While looking for a way out,
Always forget put the
Maria got
subtitles.
lost in an enchanted castle. While looking for a way out, she entered a room filled with similarly dressed gentlemen. They were all cheering for the king. Oh, maybe he could help Maria get out of the castle. But how can the girl figure out which of these men is the king?
Okay, how can she figure it out? Which of these men is the king? How can the girl figure it out which of these men is the king?
Well, I don't know. They all look the same, and if it is an enchanted castle, it is difficult to know. So I don't know.
Yeah, but
Um,
maybe you can create an hypothesis here.
if he if maybe she has, I don't know, like powers or things like that. Also, she can use that to know.
Okay. Repeat the part of the video from the beginning and pay attention and at something that said.
Okay.
Okay, again.
Enchanted castle. While looking for a way out, she entered a room filled with similarly dressed gentlemen. They were all cheering for the king.
Okay, they were all cheering for the king.
Okay. So in the room, so the king is not in the room.
Yes, it's in the room, but maybe the clue is here. They were all cheering for the king. You know what is cheer?
Cheering is like, mm, I don't know, como alentando o como,
Yes, it's
no sé,
similar.
aplaudiendo o como
Uh-huh.
algo así.
Yes, the cheering has many meanings actually. Could be like something that is like encouragement, something similar that is like how do you say that? There's like encouraging,
Yeah.
but here in this space is like claiming, ¿no?
Mm-hmm.
Aclamando o alabando al rey.
Yeah.
Entonces, we're all cheering for the king. Estaban todos alabando al rey. So that is the clue here.
Oh, maybe he could help Maria get out of the castle. But how can the girl figure out which of these men is the king?
So how can she figure it out? Which of these men is the king? Do you know, my day? We have first,
I
second.
don't. Okay, I don't. I don't understand to the truth.
Okay. Which of these men is the king?
I don't know, maybe there was one that was not cheering for the queen, but for the king, but I don't know, they are all like in the same position. Like if maybe there was one of them in a different position, maybe would be that would make the difference. But I don't know, nothing comes to my mind at this moment. So I don't know which one of them
Okay.
can help the girl.
Okay, let's see what say the video about it.
The king is the man on the right, sitting next to Maria. He's the only one who's looking out the window while everyone else is looking at him.
Okay, the rest of the people are looking at
Who's
him,
looking out the
so
window while everyone else is looking.
that is the only one that is in the different position. No, he's in front of them, and the other people is in front of him. Maybe that is the way of enter in or to know this riddle about they are cheering him. Okay, let's see.
Looking at him. In search
Okay, we have here like a landscape. We have rocks. We have some signs here, north, west, and south. Yes? So the south is on the right. West is it like in the same road as north? I think. I don't know. Or maybe it's this one. Or maybe this one and this one are south. It's very confusing actually. That kind of signs. Let's see.
of a treasure, you come to this crossroads. Which direction should you pick to find the treasure?
Okay, which of these crossroads
Direction should you pick to find the treasure?
should you pick to find the treasure? Which of these directions or crossroads or signs should you pick to find the treasure and why?
I don't know. I always see like in the movies. I think that they always hide the treasures like in a place that is difficult to reach. So maybe I would go through the one with the rocks. But I don't know. In one rock it says south, but
Yes.
the south like tab is pointing in a different way. But I will go through that one. I don't know if it is north or south.
So which road would you
Like
choose?
the
The first,
the
second,
one
or
that
the
is on
third?
the left.
This one?
Yeah.
Dice, you must take the south because the roads side is the south.
Okay. Because the rock said south, you must choose the south. Okay, maybe yes. This is the clue here, no? In this picture. The the sign in the stone. Okay, let's see. Mhm.
The answer is actually carved on the stone. Turn the inscription upside down, and it'll say south. David woke up
So you should take the south. I think it's on the right, no?
in a hospital with no memories whatsoever. Soon, three girls rushed into his room. Each of them claimed to be his only sister. Can you help David figure out which of these ladies is telling the truth?
Okay, this man had just like lost his memory, yes? He doesn't have memory in this moment. And these three ladies is saying, "Hey, I'm your sister, I'm your sister, I'm your sister." How do you know which of these ladies is the real sister? Which of these ladies is telling the truth? Which of these ladies is his sister? Number one, number two, or number three? And why? Try to analyze the picture. I think the clue is in the picture, no? Of course.
Read it, please. The video.
Which one? The first one? Can you hear me?
Um, Repeat one more time the video.
Okay, let's see. Let's see a video. Let's see a video again from the beginning.
David woke up in a hospital with no memories whatsoever. Soon, three girls rushed into his room. Each of them claimed to be his only sister. Can you help David figure out which of these ladies is telling the truth?
I don't know, but the one that I think looks similar to him is the one in the middle. And also, when you repeat the video again, I could see that they are using the same socks and shoes. I don't know if maybe that's something.
Okay, the same socks and shoes.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, yes.
Okay, I think the second one is telling the truth because she happy to see him.
Right.
Okay, she's happy to see him. And the other women are like worried, but I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I think this lady is too old to be his sister.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, right. I think that
Rushed into his room. Each of them claimed to be his only sister. Can you help David figure out which of these ladies is telling the truth? David's real sister is the girl in the middle. Look, they both have identical birthmarks on their hands.
What I
Michael was
did
diving when he realized he was about to run out of
was my
oxygen.
cat. Tengo una gatica acá que se sube al computador. Pero a ver. Ok,
Mhm.
entonces era por la mancha en la mano.
Mm.
And spot. Okay,
Difícil de
let's
ver.
see. Let's see the next one. Oh,
They both have identical birthmarks on their hands.
birthmarks. Birthmarks. Las marcas de nacimiento.
Michael was diving when he realized he was about to run out of oxygen. He saw two caves nearby. Which cave should he choose to have a chance to survive?
Okay, which cave should he choose to survive?
Well, they look the same to me, but I would choose the one on the left
Okay,
because he's
why?
like near to it.
Near to him?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
of
What
that.
did you say, Maide?
I don't.
Okay, repeat the video again. I think there is a clue here. Let's see, let's see, let's see, let's see, let's see. Here.
Bill was diving when he realized he was about to run out of oxygen. He saw two caves nearby. Which cave should he choose to have a chance to survive?
No?
The same, I think.
Okay, I think, yes, it's the first one because it's more probably that in this cave, in the first one, he could find oxygen. Why? Because the bubbles here. Yes. As you can see, it's like sparkling water here, like some kind of bubbles that used to tend, I don't know, burst from the floor, and maybe that kind of bubbles is going to make like a couple there on the top of the cave, and he can find oxygen there. Let's see.
Realized he was about to run out of oxygen. He saw two caves nearby.
Yes, can you see the bubbles?
Which cave should he choose to have a chance to survive? He should opt for the left cave. Have you noticed those bubbles of air coming out of it? It means there must be some dry land inside the cave. An elderly lady called the police to report that her neighbor, a young woman called Gina, seemed to have disappeared. The woman hadn't seen her for a few days and got worried. When the police arrived at Gina's house, they managed to unlock the door and found Gina inside, tied to a chair with her mouth covered with a scarf. When she could talk again, she told the police that 3 days ago, a robber had broken into her house, tied her, and taken all her money and gadgets. The police officers didn't believe Gina. Why?
Okay, she said that 3 days ago, a robber had broken into her house. This broken into is a phrasal verb, broken into. Broken into in Spanish is like irrumpir, irrumpir una propiedad privada, o sea, un ladrón entró into her house, tied her, and taking all her money and gadgets. Yes? But the police officers didn't believe Gina. No le creyeron. Why? Why they didn't believe in Gina? Let's repeat the video. Yes?
An elderly lady called the police to report that her neighbor, a young woman called Gina, seemed to have disappeared. The woman hadn't seen her for a few days and got worried. When the police arrived at Gina's house, they managed to unlock the door and found Gina inside, tied to a chair with her mouth covered with a scarf. When she could talk again, she told the police that 3 days ago, a robber had broken into her house, tied her, and taken all her money and gadgets. The police officers didn't believe Gina. Why?
Yes? Did you get?
Can I saw it again? I think that the
Okay.
date changes, but
Okay, from here.
An elderly lady called the police to report that her neighbor, a young woman called Gina, seemed to have disappeared. The woman hadn't seen her for a few days and got worried. When the police arrived at Gina's house, they managed to unlock the door and found Gina inside, tied to a chair with her mouth covered with a scarf. When she could talk again, she told the police that 3 days ago, a robber had broken into her house, tied her, and taken all her money and gadgets. The police officers didn't believe Gina. Why?
Yes?
Yeah, I think that the calendar was with the same date
Okay.
that when the neighbor called the police.
Mhm.
So maybe that's why they didn't believe. And also, I think that her appearance is good. And I don't know if she's been tied up for 3 days, maybe she should be, I don't know, be looking worse than she is at the moment.
Yes. Yes. She's lying. Okay. Yes, the clue is here on the calendar. You can see September 15th. Yes. And at the beginning of the video, you can see when the woman called the
She
police.
called the police to report that her neighbor, a young woman called Gina,
In
seemed
the
to have
police office is the same date here. So how Gina, if she was tired 3 days ago, how the calendar changed the date for itself? Yes. So there's no way for that. 3 days? No. It's supposed that here is to be September 12th. 3 days ago, no? September
Right.
12th.
tied to a chair with her mouth covered with a scarf. When she could talk again, she told the police that 3 days ago, a robber had broken into her house, tied her, and taken all her money and gadgets. The police officers didn't believe Gina. Why? Look at the date on the calendar, over there on the wall. See? It's the same date as the one on the calendar at the police station. But if Gina was tied all this time, who was changing the dates on her calendar?
Always the games here.
Three friends.
Okay, next one. Let's see.
Who was changing the dates on her calendar? Three friends, Kathy, Mark, and Lauren, gathered together to catch up on their latest news at Lauren's place. At one point, they decided to play hide and seek. When it was Lauren's turn to look for her friends, she easily found Mark. But even with his help, she couldn't spot Kathy. Can you help Lauren find her friend?
Okay, where is Kathy?
It is in the package again.
The trash can?
Yeah, right.
Yes, on the right, on the trash can, here. I can see her head.
Kathy took her task seriously. Look, she's hiding in a trash can. Megan invited her friends to a restaurant to celebrate her birthday. They had a lot of fun. Megan got the best birthday present ever, a ring with a large diamond. But suddenly, the room plunged into darkness. After several minutes of total confusion, the lights came back on. But Megan's ring was gone. Look at the image attentively and try to figure out who stole it.
Okay, we have two images or two pictures here, no? The first picture, the ring was already stolen, no? In the second picture, we have the ring there on the table and nobody stolen it. So, how do you know, comparing those pictures, who is the robber? Who is the robber here? Maybe this man, maybe this lady, maybe this other lady. Yes. How do you know? Do you want to
Mm,
repeat the video
yeah,
or is
please.
okay? Yes? Okay, repeat the video.
In a trash can. Megan invited her friends to a restaurant to celebrate her birthday. They had a lot of fun. Megan got the best birthday present ever, a ring with a large diamond. But suddenly, the room plunged into darkness. After several minutes of total confusion, the lights came back on. But Megan's ring was gone. Look at the image attentively and try to figure out who stole it.
Who stole the ring?
I don't know, maybe.
I
Which, Maiden?
I think the man gave the alcohol to steal the demo. Yeah,
The ring. Yes. The man?
yeah.
Why? Why do you think that? Why? Why the man?
Because the lose dizzy and the doesn't, and the he doesn't.
He looks suspicious, maybe?
Yeah.
What do you say, Julie?
Yeah, I think that it was the man because they were talking there, like just normally. And then he arrived, the light goes off, and then the ring disappeared. So I think it was him.
It was him. Okay. I think here it's like comparing pictures. Yes. Like find the difference between this picture and this picture. How many difference can you see in those pictures?
Okay, I
For
can see
example,
one in the water,
yes, the water in his glass, no? If you
right?
see here, this water is like kind of a medium full, no?
Yeah.
And this water is like medium empty or medium full.
Mm-hmm.
And is the
Maybe he put the ring
most
there.
significant. Yes, the ring maybe is there in this glass. Okay,
It's the waiter. Look at the glass he's holding. He must have put the ring inside. Now there's much more water in it.
so because the okay, let's take a break here. Vamos a tomar un pequeño break here de 10 minutos, ¿listo? Y
Okay.
volveríamos a las 8:55. Entonces, para que estiren las piernas y si van a comer algo, aprovechen de más. Bueno, 10 minutos,
Vale, gracias.
8:55.
Okay.
Ok. Okay. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
So we're going to continue. Let's see the last riddle, and we're going to change the activity, okay? Vamos a ver el último y cambiamos la actividad.
Okay.
It's the year 2158. Jim is repairing the roof of his garage. At one point, he slips and falls to the ground and breaks his leg. But the next day, Jim is already walking in the park, looking perfectly fine. How is it possible?
You are mute.
Of his garage. At one point, he slips and falls to the ground and breaks his leg. But the next day, Jim is already walking in the park, looking perfectly fine. How is it possible?
We cannot hear you. No. I think that you're talking, but we cannot hear you.
I don't know why the
I
microphone.
hear you.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Um, so is the year 2158, like 100 years in the future, yes? He was repairing his roof of his garage and he fell down and broke his leg.
Year 21.
Yes. At the next day, he was walking around like normally. Yeah. How is that possible?
Maybe he's a robot.
Maybe because he's a robot, he's an android or something. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What do you think, my day? Can you hear me, my day? Okay, let's see.
How is it possible? Jim is a robot. See that red light blinking over his left ear? They must have repaired him really fast. Marta.
Okay, yes, he's a robot. Give me a second. One moment.
Okay.
Okay, let's change the activity to other
Was
one.
walking.
I have to search for it. That is a correct the sentence, I think. Okay, let's do this one. Okay, correct the mistakes in the sentences. Yes?
Okay.
Let's see. Let's see what you know. So the first one is, let's go visit she and his brother. How is the correct sentence here?
Let's go
We,
visit she and her brother.
let's go visit she and her brother.
Yeah, or I don't know if it is let's go visit her and her brother.
Okay, yes.
Her
What do you
brother,
say?
her brother.
Her brother. And let's go visit her too, no?
Yeah, right.
Let's go visit her and her brother. Let's see.
Let's go visit her and her brother.
Yeah, let's go visit her and her brother. Okay, next one. Did you ever play the guitar while chew gum? Did you ever means alguna vez tú
I think that is do you ever played, but I don't know
play
what is played like yeah, play but in past. Like played.
played in past
Right. Or in past
while
participle.
chew gum,
But I don't know what is shoe gum.
chew mascar goma.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Do you ever play the guitar while chew gum?
What do you say, my dear?
Do you ever play a guitar while chewing gum?
While chewing. Okay, you change ing to the last verb, no? Chewing. Do you ever played the guitar? I think it's correct to put the ing to the chewing gum, while chewing gum, mientras que estás mascando, chico, ¿verdad? Did you ever play, I think, play the guitar while chewing gum? Let's see.
Do you ever play the guitar while chewing gum?
So the first verb is in the present simple and the second one is a gerund. El segundo era un gerundio ing. O sea, se cambia el primero, playing, ese ing al último, como gerundio, ¿no? Y el do you ever significa que si eh, alguna vez tocas la guitarra mientras estás mascando la goma, aunque es muy común utilizar el have you ever, ¿no? Y
Had you
utilizar
ever
también el verbo en pasado para un pasado perfecto. Have you ever played? Así como lo decía también Julie. Entonces ahí sería con ese have para ponerlo ahí, el played en pasado. Sino que también existe la forma de decir do you ever, que si alguna vez tú, ¿sí? Tal cosa. Next one.
Do you ever play the guitar while chewing gum?
Okay, the book is covered with dust because she left it in the old barn. Ese barn es un granero, ¿ok? Granero, barn. Y este dust es polvo, ¿no?
Yeah, I think that is the book is covered like the bird in post with dust because she left it in the old barn.
Okay.
And we
Covered
just
in
change that.
past, yes? In past.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Covered. What do you say, my day?
The boot is full of dust because it was left in the bar.
Cover off.
What?
So you are changing the with off.
See, the body is full of dust because it was left in the bar.
Because it was left. Okay. But you're changing the structure completely. So I think the book is covered in the past with dust. Or maybe there is another way to say that with in instead of with. Hay otra forma de decirlo y es con el verbo en pasado y aquí en vez de with, in también. Pero con with también está correcto, ¿ok? Entonces aquí no cambiamos este y creo que el resto de la palabra se puede dejar así también, el resto de la oración. So the book is covered en pasado y el resto se deja normal, sin hacerle tantas modificaciones, ¿no? Aunque el with se puede cambiar por el in y quedaría el mismo significado.
The book is covered with dust because she left it in the old barn.
Okay, covered, yes, covered with dust. There are some birds in the cage. Ese cage es una jaula, ¿no? There are some birds in the cage.
Yeah, so the correct way to say it would be there are some birds, like in plural, in the cage. So I
Okay,
would add
yes,
an S at the end of bird.
yes. There are some birds in the cage. If you need to just correct just one word, no?
Yeah,
But
because if
maybe
now, we just have to put like there is a bird in the cage.
okay, there is, yes. Maybe
Yeah,
if we are talking about this picture about
yeah. If
violin,
right, if we are talking about like the picture,
it's just one,
the
yeah.
way is yeah, there is a bird in the cage. But if we're not talking about like the picture, the correct way it would be there are some birds in the cage.
Uh-huh. If we are talking about just about the sentence, just we have to correct bird. Instead of bird, we put birds, no? But if we are talking about the picture, we have to correct the verb to be. There is, yes, in the cage. There is a bird, could be a bird with the article a bird in the cage. But let's see, I think it's just change this word, only one word, you know? Birds.
There are
Yes.
some
There are some birds in the cage.
birds in the cage.
The next one. I have four brothers. Easy, easy.
Yeah, the same. We just have to add an S at the end of the brother.
Uh-huh.
So I have four
So
brothers.
I
Or I
have
have,
four brothers.
yeah, right.
Yes, four brothers. Yes, I think. Pretty easy.
Brothers.
Yeah, brothers.
I
Four.
have four brothers.
Next one. It says, my mother is at home. Where is yours? What is the mistake here?
I'm not
Um,
so sure about it, but my mother is at home. Where is yours? Maybe we don't have to add the apostrophe in yours, just like without the apostrophe. But
okay, yes, the apostrophe at the end. No,
yeah.
we have to remove that.
Mm-hmm.
So my mother is at home. Where is yours? But without apostrophe. Yeah. Boo-boo.
My mother is at home. Where is yours?
Okay. My mother bought a new pair of gloves last week. And we can see here the artist using the glove, like, no?
Yeah. Yeah, the same. We just have to add like an S at glove, word glove. So,
Uh-huh. A pair of
um,
gloves
right.
in plural.
Correct.
Singular to plural way. Yeah. My mother bought a new pair of
Gloves.
gloves. Hmm?
Gloves. Gloves.
Gloves. Remember that the pronunciation of V and E is like an F. Glove. Gloves.
My mother bought a new pair of
My mother bought a new pair of gloves. Yes.
gloves last week.
Last week. I has just finished my breakfast.
I would change the has for like
Because
I've,
it's in third person.
yeah, like I've, like I, then apostrophe, be, like the, how can I say it? Just a moment.
I just finished my breakfast.
Okay.
How can I say
There is
abbreviate?
another way, yes, but I just finished. Yes, I just finished.
Yeah,
But
right.
if we have to, I don't know, to maintain or something we has here, I have just finished.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, have, because it's in the third person, just change this. I have just finished. But the other way is correct too. I just finished. So there are two ways here, no? Erase has and put the past to the verb finish. Or conserve has, but instead of has you put have and put finished in the past way, no?
I have just finished my breakfast.
Yes, so we have to change only has. Instead of that, we have finished in the past word. I was sorry to hear of his mother death. I was sorry to hear of his mother death.
Or your mother's?
Mothers
Yeah.
of
Or your
your
mother.
no of his mother's.
Okay. Mother's.
Yes, I was sorry to hear of his mother's death because it's positive. The death here, no? I was sorry to hear of his mother's death.
I was sorry.
I was sorry to hear of his mother's death. Then the apostrophe here and add the S, the possessive.
To hear of his mother's death.
Okay, next one. When he arrived at the hotel yesterday, he signed the guest book. When he arrived at the hotel yesterday, something that passed in the past, no?
Yeah. Yeah, so we just have to put the verb in past, arrived and signed.
And signed too. So we have to put here when he arrived at the hotel yesterday, he signed the guest book. Sign and arrive in
Arrive.
past
He signed.
and signed. Yeah, let's see.
When he arrived at the hotel yesterday, he signed the guest book.
When he arrived at the hotel yesterday, he signed the guest book. Okay, ladies, I think we can finish here in this point. Ok, está lloviendo acá, pero re durísimo está cayendo un trueno, me da miedo que se vaya a fundir esto acá. Creo que ya terminamos. Le estaba comentando a Maide que ella pues se ha conectado continuamente en las clases ella solita y hasta ahorita pues llegaste tú, Julie, que es estudiante pues nueva acá en el grupo. Le estaba comentando a Maide que si la próxima semana le era posible conectarse a las 6 de la mañana y terminar a las 8 de la mañana, porque digamos ese horario no existía para ustedes en su opción de elegir, ¿no? No sé si tú estés haciendo algo a esas horas de la mañana o no te sirve o si te sirve. Pues si
No,
no
no,
te sirve,
no puedo porque sí, tengo que trabajar. Trabajo.
ok,
Entonces no. De pronto más temprano como de 6 a 8, pero 6 p.m. Pero a las 6 de la mañana sí, no, porque estoy trabajando.
ok, ok, listo. Entonces, ¿qué vamos a hacer? Vamos a agregarte al grupo de WhatsApp. Por ahí había otra estudiante que se había conectado antes, pero no volvió.
Ok,
Entonces voy a enviar por acá en el chat otra vez el grupo de WhatsApp para que te unas y cualquier cosita que
ok.
necesites o quieras avisar también, lo puedes hacer por ahí por el grupo.
Vale, gracias.
Y ahí está el grupo. Entonces le das clic ahí a ese link y te unes.
Listo. De
Me
una,
avisas
gracias.
si pudiste para podernos desconectar.
Dame
Mira a ver si puedes unirte. No tengo mi celular. Espera un momentito. Okay, the group is B, English Intermediate. ¿Qué tal?
Y está cargando.
Ok.
No tenía abierto el WhatsApp en el compu.
Profe, una pregunta. Por ejemplo, ¿usted pasó el reporte de la asistencia a la clase?
Sí, ya se hizo.
Sí, porque es que había un trabajo que me faltaba para esa nota. Era como 30 puntos de esta clase, ¿cierto?
Sí, son 30 puntos. Ya la siguiente fase, entonces ahí serían creo que otros 30, no sé cómo lo están manejando en su curso. Bueno, ahí ya que se unió. Listo. Entonces nos
Ya.
veríamos a la misma hora a las 8 el martes, ¿listo? Cualquier novedad por el grupo.
Ok,
Chaito, que
gracias.
descansen.
Okay.
Chao,
Bye
igualmente.
bye.
Okay, thank you. You're very much for
Ok,
the class.
ok.